Fans are calling it boring. Fans are calling it tired. Some are even saying Barcelona looked like a completely different team compared to that brilliant, electrifying 7-2 demolition of Newcastle in the Champions League just days ago. But here is the thing. And I want you to stay with me on this, because what I am about to tell you goes against everything the highlight-obsessed football internet wants you to believe. This 1-0 win over Rayo Vallecano at Spotify Camp Nou today might actually be the most important result Barcelona have had in the last 3 months, not the 7-2. Not the 5-2 against Sevilla. Not even the 4-1 against Villarreal, this one. A scrappy, compact, grinding 1-0 on a Sunday afternoon. This is the result that could hand Hansi Flick the LaLiga title, and by the end of this video, I am going to show you exactly why, using the numbers, the context, and the fatigue data that the mainstream media is completely ignoring. Welcome back to the channel. Let us get into it. So let us just get the facts straight first. Barcelona hosted Rayo Vallecano at Spotify Camp Nou today in La Liga matchday 29. The only goal of the game came from Barcelona, and the final score was 1-0. That result keeps Barcelona firmly at the top of the La Liga table with 73 points from 29 games. 24 wins. For losses, 1 draw. Real Madrid, sitting in second place, have 66 points. Let that number sink in. Barcelona are 7 points clear of Real Madrid. Now here is the context that matters. This is an international break weekend coming up. Both sides will now wait while their players go off on international duty. When La Liga resumes, Barcelona will still be sitting on that 7-point cushion with a game against Atletico Madrid on the horizon, but the reason today's result matters so much is not just the 3 points. It is when they got it, and how they got it. Let us talk about the 7-2 against Newcastle for a moment, because that performance set a dangerous expectation. If you watched that Champions League night, it was breathtaking. Barcelona were fluid, fast, clinical, and absolutely relentless. Every pressing trigger was perfect. Every combination was sharp. The crowd was electric. It looked easy, and that is exactly the problem. When a team produces a performance like that, the fan expectation resets. Suddenly, every game needs to look like that. Every 90 minutes needs goals, flair, attacking football. And when it does not come, when you see slower build-up play, fewer chances, tighter spaces, the immediate reaction is, something is wrong. The team looked tired. Flick has lost the plot. We need a change, but this is where understanding football at a deeper level separates the real analyst from the casual observer. The 7-2 happened because Newcastle pressed high, left space in behind, and gave Barcelona exactly the open pitch they love to exploit. It was the perfect storm. Rayo Vallecano today? Completely different. They are a mid-table side with one of the most disciplined low-block defensive structures in the entire division. They sat in. They made Barcelona work. They made the pitch feel like it was half the size. A 1-0 win against a team like that, on a day when your legs are carrying the weight of a Champions League performance midweek, is not a failure. It is a masterclass in game management. There is a concept in elite football that the best managers in the world understand, and that most fans completely dismiss. It is what coaches call the ugly win. Jose Mourinho built his entire reputation on it. Pep Guardiola has spoken about it. Carlo Ancelotti knows exactly when to deploy it. The ugly win is not pretty. It does not generate viral clips. It does not trend on social media. But it is the result that, at the end of May when you are handing out medals, separates champions from nearly men. Here is why. Every team in a title race will face games where they are not at their best. Tired legs. Congested fixture schedules. Opponents who have had a full week to prepare a defensive game plan specifically designed to stop you. The teams that win leagues are the ones who grind out results on those days. They take the 1-0, they put it in the pocket, and they move on. The teams that throw away titles are the ones who draw or lose on those days, because they could not adapt, because they needed the game to be open and beautiful to function. Barcelona today chose the first option. They found a way. It was not glamorous. But it was 3 points, and it moved them to 73 points at the top of the La Liga table. That is not boring. That is championship mentality. Now here is where it gets really interesting, and this is the part that I think nobody else is talking about. Hansi Flick knows exactly what his players' bodies are going through right now. And the tactical approach we saw today was not accidental. It was designed. Think about the schedule Barcelona have been carrying. Champions League knockout football. LaLiga matches every few days. A squad that, while talented, is also young in key areas. Research in elite football sports science consistently shows that the 24 to 72 hours after a high-intensity match like a 7-2, where players cover enormous distances at sprint speed, make repeated explosive movements, and sustain maximum heart rate zones, is a period of significant neuromuscular fatigue. Meaning the legs are not just physically tired. The brain-to-muscle signals are slower. Decision-making takes longer. The first yard of pace is gone. Elite managers factor this into their approach for the next game. They know the players will not produce the same output, so they set up more conservatively. They ask for defensive compactness first, then look to create one clear moment. That is what Flick did today against Rayo Vallecano. He protected his players, maintained the structure, and still got the result, and here is the most important part. After the international break, when those players return rested and fully recovered, Barcelona will be 7 points clear of Real Madrid with their best performances still ahead of them. That is not a team that is struggling. That is a team being managed with elite precision. Now let us flip this and look at what Real Madrid need to do. Real Madrid are on 66 points. Barcelona are on 73. That is a 7-point gap with 9 games remaining in the La Liga season. For Real Madrid to win this title, they would effectively need Barcelona to drop points in multiple games. Not once. Multiple times. Barcelona's remaining schedule includes matches against Atletico Madrid and a home fixture against Real Madrid themselves in May. Those are the big tests. But every other match, every Getafe, every Osasuna, every Celta Vigo, is now a game where Barcelona simply cannot afford to drop careless points. Today, they did not drop points against a well-organized Rayo Vallecano side. With tired legs, without the luxury of an open game, they held their nerve, created their moment, and took all 3. If you are Real Madrid, that is the result that hurts most. Not a 7-2. A boring, relentless, grinding 1-0 that just keeps the gap exactly where it is. Champions do not just beat the teams they are supposed to beat in beautiful fashion. Champions also beat the teams they are supposed to beat on the ugly days. Today was an ugly day, and Barcelona passed the test. After the international break, Barcelona will face Atletico Madrid, a side currently sitting 3rd in the table with 57 points. That is a genuinely dangerous fixture, but the point is this. When Barcelona walk into that game, they will be rested, refreshed, and sitting 7 points clear. The pressure is entirely on Atletico and Real Madrid, not on Flick's side, and here is one more thing worth noting. Barcelona have a home El Clasico against Real Madrid scheduled for the 10th of May. If the gap at that point is still significant, the game could well be the moment the title is confirmed. None of that path is possible without results like today. Grinding. Unglamorous. Necessary. The 7-2 against Newcastle will be remembered for years. The highlights will be shared forever. The individual goals will be analyzed in detail, but the 1-0 against Rayo Vallecano on a Sunday afternoon in March, that might be the result that actually wins Barcelona the La Liga title in May. So the next time you see someone in the comments saying Barcelona looked tired, or that Flick needs to freshen things up, or that the 7-2 was the real Barcelona and today was a disappointment, send them this video, because understanding the difference between a flashy performance and a title-winning performance is what separates the real football brain from the highlights reel. 73 points. 7 clear of Real Madrid. International break incoming. Players about to get a proper rest. Barcelona are not wobbling. They are cruising. And they are doing it in the smartest way possible. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It genuinely helps this channel reach more football fans who appreciate proper analysis. Subscribe if you are new here, because this is the kind of content we do every single week. And drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think this 1-0 is actually more valuable than the 7-2? I want to hear your take. Until next time, Take care, and I will see you in the next one.